Boyfriend's family favored his ex-wife over me during our holiday trip, leaving me feeling ignored and excluded, prompting us to cut our vacation short. I, 27F, and my boyfriend, 33 meters, traveled to USA on December 15th to celebrate Christmas. We decided to come 10 days before so I can explore the area a bit, and surprise them, but they were more excited to see my boyfriend and BM. We went to his family straight after arriving. We didn't know they invited BM to until they came over to give my boyfriend and his children hugs. I wasn't expecting a hug, but I wanted to greet them, but his mom said, "Oh, it's you," then whispered to my boyfriend's dad she's the girl BM's name was telling us about. I let it slide because they met me for the first time so I didn't think much about it. I introduced myself and they just said hi and came in. I was a little disappointed but I entered. I complimented the house and got thanked. I went upstairs because we booked boyfriend's kids' mama hostel for her and my boyfriend's kids to stay in, and it was sort of expensive since we had to pay for 5 people, 1 grown-up, 2 kids, a 1-year-old baby and a toddler. She asked what do I think I'm doing wondering what I'm doing wandering around people's homes like that. I was confused because I thought we were staying here. No. It turns out BM and the kids were staying here and that me and Chase, fake name for my boyfriend in this post, can book a hotel instead. We were both shocked, but I didn't want to cause a scene so I just took my luggage downstairs. We left after half an hour since I was getting bored and they were so excited to talk to BM and my boyfriend that they almost forgot I was there. I tried not to take it personally since we never met before and I was tired so I didn't think too much about it. Due to it being BM's custody turn, me and Chase said goodbye to the kids and we headed off to the hostel to cancel the hostel room which was complicated because we never did the tea before, but we got it done. We booked 2 hotel rooms for ourselves which annoyed us since we wanted to spend time together but it was too expensive to book a 6-bedroom hotel so we splitted it. He was sharing a room with his 2 kids, 8F and 2F, and I had his other 2 kids 5 meters and 1F. I was upset and on the verge of tears but I decided to let go and see how Christmas was like. Christmas ended up being on BM's custody day but it was Christmas so we had extra few hours. Christmas at his house starts late at 6 p.m. While the turkey was being made me, Chase, Courtney, fake name for 8F, BM and other grown-ups helped my boyfriend's mom make the food which was quick. We finished at 6:46 and had our Christmas dinner at 6:50. We finished at 7 p.m. and we were looking forward to dancing, games, Christmas stockings, gift givings and Christmas carols but it turns out BM only let Chase have custody of the kids until 6:59 which meant we had to go back to our hotels. We thought we would have Christmas gifts and be included too but it turns out we didn't have Christmas stockings for us and only Chase received gifts. I was ignored the whole time and given dirty looks by his relatives and siblings who almost made it clear that they disliked me. His grandparents were lecturing me about how they liked BM more. Chase apologized to me and defended me by having a go at his family while BM was smirking at me while no one was looking. I was so upset that I just stormed out of the house with my boyfriend tagging along as we head to the car he rented. We headed back to our hotel rooms and I was on the verge of tears so I was crying for the whole night. We put all this effort and money and only to be told I wasn't welcome and I was only invited to make Chase stay over. I am so disappointed. I know we were going to stay over for New Year's but we were so put up by our Christmas and holidays with me so we decided to shorten our holiday and leave tomorrow. BM was angry with us and decided to come because she felt like she had no choice since Taya 50-50 custody of the children and they agreed one parent cannot be left abroad with the children without the other parent being with them. I can't believe my and my boyfriend's Christmas and holiday got ruined just because his family wanted BM there and not me. BM's now having a go at me for ruining her trip because I couldn't suck up my feelings for one holiday. Did I ruin her holiday? Was I TA? Edit, boyfriend's family prioritizing ex-wife over me so I wanted to leave. I did ideally want to leave by myself so my boyfriend, his kids and their mom can enjoy but he wanted to leave to causing his kids and the kids' mom to leave to because of a custody agreement they both agreed on which is no parent is allowed to go abroad without the other one present in the same country. Now BM is mad at me for ruining her holiday. Sorry for not adding this earlier. My boyfriend's daughter, 8F, had the audacity to tell her school and friends Ty I'm her personal servant and I'm an unpaid nanny who lives with her dad. But I am so livid that my boyfriend's daughter would try to brush me off as some nanny or hired servant and my boyfriend or his daughter's mom can't pick her up due to my boyfriend being ill and his kid's mom's car has broken down. I understand I'm not her parent, but I do want her to be civil at least as her father's girlfriend since they are also in my care during his custody time and I help look after his children. It feels like even a personal servant, maid or unpaid nanny get more respect and taken more seriously. I don't usually pick her up, but she was feeling sick and no one else was able to pick her up. My boyfriend's kid's mom went NC with her parents so they can't pick her up, and there's a virus going around where I live so that's why a lot of people are poorly and unable to pick her up. His parents are in United States. My boyfriend does do something about her behavior, tells her off and she's even in therapy and we changed therapists too, but I still can't believe she would disrespect me like that regardless. I decided I didn't want to put up with her disrespect and I want to not pick her up anymore if she will continue to disrespect me, but I feel bad about leaving a sick child at school or burdening her maternal grandparents and my boyfriend. Wibta if I stop picking my boyfriend's daughter up? Edit to add, but I also want to add that I am on the emergency contact list. Apparently she got this idea from a post on social media where a girl referred to her stepparent as her personal servant because one of her cousins uses Reddit. Most of her cousins are older, and she overlooked at the post and thought it would be funny to do it to me as well. Edit, for anyone wondering, Chase was poorly because the temperature is going really low in the UK where I live and he caught a bad cold as a result which left him really weak, coughing badly, headaches and stomach cramps and felt too weak to move around a lot so he couldn't drive, otherwise he would have picked her up himself if it was just a mild cold. Update 1. When we arrived home, we had the meeting about Courtney calling me her personal maid and me overreacting. I apologized for overreacting and she told me it's okay. She didn't speak to me but that's okay because as long as she's safe and happy then that's all that matters and I put my feelings aside for the sake of the children. I decided to bake chocolate cupcakes for my family since my sister, Bill, niece and my parents were coming to visit. The children loved the cake, especially my boyfriend's son who tried to sneak another cake thinking I wouldn't notice, but that's okay since we were all having a good time. Overall, we had a good time and went to watch football the next day as well. Everyone had a good time overall as I turned the personal servant into an inside joke and said jokatively the personal servant's here to serve her master's chocolate cupcakes. I love learning from my mistakes and make the best of any situation that comes towards me. I am blessed to have a good weekend with my boyfriend and his children. This isn't our cake, it's a picture on the internet. I will send the link to the cake after posting this. We all shared responsibilities to plan out his birthday party and I got the duty to make his birthday cake. She is complaining that there is too much chocolate on his birthday cake which will make him sick and it is too unhealthy for him to eat. Should I take off the chocolates and leave the big chocolate bars on, or should I just take off all the chocolates and leave the footballs on? My partner's son really wants the cake but his mom is complaining that his birthday cake is too unhealthy. Edit, the cake. What do you do for Easter with your family? I never hosted an Easter party before so I'm out of ideas. What do people usually do on Easter with their families? I want to make an Easter cake and have an egg hunt for the children, but I know that will be boring if I only have an egg hunt followed up by an Easter cake. What other ideas and stuff can I add for my Easter party? Is there anything else I can add to my Easter party? Like food, decorations and games? Fake names for privacy: Chase, my boyfriend; Courtney, his eldest daughter; Sophia, his youngest daughter. I just want event because I put a lot of effort hosting my family this Easter. I organized an Easter egg trial where I had clues around the garden and each egg had a clue to the prize and the first one to get there had a prize which was a large size chocolate Easter egg which came in a box. I buried it in a small pirate chest which I decorated with Easter egg stickers and paint with the help of my boyfriend's children which all of them enjoyed taking part in. I organized it with my boyfriend for the children along with a small Easter egg hunt afterwards which me, my older sister and my boyfriend organized with the help of my grandparents, Courtney and my older nieces who which one of them is the same age and the other is older than her by 2 years. While everyone went to eat inside. Courtney didn't want to take part in the Easter egg hunt and that is fine but she ended up telling her younger sister where all of the chocolate eggs were. I told her not to tell the younger ones but she insisted she was supervising the kids. I got upset when she blurted out the answers. Chase got upset and told her off. He tried to take the half-eaten Easter eggs off of Sophia but she cried and we knew it wouldn't be fair to punish Sophia so I just told him that she can have them but put the rest away so she can have it another day and take them home to her mom. Plus the youngest one seemed happy she found all of the eggs even though Courtney gave away the locations and the other children quickly rushed and argued over who got the egg first leaving the younger ones, 2 to 5, out and the younger ones started crying because they didn't have any eggs. My younger nieces and nephews and my boyfriend's other kids were crying so I had to give away the eggs I promised to Sophia and buy her a toy and another 2 Easter eggs to make up for. And I gave my sister £15 to take Sophia to the local corner shop and get her a large egg and a toy and the extra change can be Sophia's pocket money from me. I felt like telling Courtney off but I couldn't but Chase told he off and threatened to send her to her room without her phone if she pulls another stunt. She calmed down until the kids went inside and she told the younger kids, they are around 2 to 6 years old, where the Easter baskets are. I put chocolate eggs and small toys in them for the kids to take home after the party but I hid them inside a cabinet, and they went over to the kitchen and raided the baskets and started fighting over the toys. I didn't even notice until I heard the kids arguing and crying in the kitchen and the chocolate Easter cake that I bought was half eaten that I was going to serve. In the end, I broke down but I tried to not cry in front of the kids so I went to my bedroom and I cried. I put in all THT effort for my family and it was all ruined. My boyfriend comforted me and my family, the adults, joined in to comfort me. And sent Courtney to her room without her phone. He did have a go at her but I thought it was a bit too harsh so I thought it was better to just send her to her room without electronics and explain to her why it wasn't okay to ruin Easter since it wasn't worth the hassle anymore and I don't want to spend Easter nagging at her. My dad offered to buy some chocolate eggs and organize an egg hunt at his home next week with the help of my boyfriend, me, my brother and my 2 sisters while my mom and my older 2 nieces can help with the food and I can design the cake and the desserts. My dad make a basket with eggs for Courtney so she doesn't get left out since they don't want her to come over if she ruins Easter at their place but we all agreed it wouldn't be fair to exclude her and punish her further so we agreed that she can be there if she doesn't ruin the Easter egg hunt again since it would be unfair if we excluded her as long as she isn't left unsupervised. My boyfriend and my older sister thinks that I leave Courtney at home with him and I take the other 3 with me to my parents, but me and my grandparents don't think it would be fair to leave her behind and miss out all the fun just because she acted up Abbott and everyone else was neutral. My family doesn't mind her coming to the next one as long as she is being supervised and doesn't spoil the egg hunt. Wibta if I take Courtney with me? Edit, I forgot to add that she is 8 and the youngest is 1. The only reason we couldn't discipline her as much is because every time we did, HCBM would have a go at me and he gets in trouble with the court as a result, but I will consider this and not bring her with me, but I will bring the other 3 since they didn't ruin the event, but we decided that she won't be allowed to go to the redo and that will come out of her pocket money to make up for the money I lost. My former coworker quit their job a while ago because of me constantly reporting them to HR for having bad hygiene and body odor. My manager had a meeting with me because they think I have a negative attitude in the workforce. This wasn't the first incident, allegedly. I was open and honest with my interns that worked with me and I had to give constructive criticism after the end of every term and I got in trouble for doing my job. I mentioned that the interns' clothes were not appropriate for the workplace and that they need to work on their appearance since I believed it was more professional. They had scruffy hair that looks like it was never brushed, their teeth were yellow, and they wore dirty clothes with stains. They would go on their phone all day and use mental health and being unable to focus as an excuse to not work. They would stare out of the window or play games on the computer on high volume. Eventually I had enough and decided to call them out on their behavior firmly in a review meeting, which led them to crying on the spot and making excuses for themselves. I'm sorry, but I won't sugarcoat them just because they are a college intern. I don't know how to describe it, but there is a college that has an internship program for people that do work experience in different workplaces each term. I do not understand the concept of it, and it still confuses me since I don't know if they are a student or an intern, but I was told that I was being too harsh on them. Why did they bother organizing these review meetings if you're not allowed to give your honest opinion on feedback? I was given a lecture on being sensitive towards students and interns, which I found useless, so I mentioned how there was no point in having those meetings if interns cannot take basic criticism. I was told this was not my first incident with not being able to interact with coal agues appropriately, since I also made another coworker quit in tears after I commented on their smell. I explained that their smell was distracting me and it was distracting me from working. What was I supposed to do if I wasn't allowed to swap desks? More incidents occurred where I policed what people put in microwaves and got into an argument with a colleague for putting a fish curry in the microwave, and I was lecturing them for making the kitchen smell. I didn't do anything wrong. I don't like coworkers who put fish or other food in microwaves that stink out the room. The last incident was that I snapped at another student intern for leaving dirty mugs on the desk at the weekends, which they left me to clean up. I was very annoyed that I had to help out students and interns, but I had to do it in exchange for a promotion and extra pay. I was told that my behavior is unacceptable and that I was dismissed. Before I went home, I was told not to return to work until they said I can come. I'm not even allowed to have opinions without getting in trouble or give feedback because it hurts their feelings. How do I file a complaint for unfair dismissal and getting in trouble just for doing my job?